Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here in the Drive Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek, and he'll be on the show here for today. So let me get my numbers together. Here we got with us Tony Brown, Ninos, Alex Smart, Ruffolo, and James Clark will be signing in sometime near the bottom of the hour. All right, here's how they're going to line up for tonight. Smart, Brown, Ninos, Ruffolo, Clark, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, here we go to more game twos from the NBA.
Yeah, and had some interesting results yesterday. Hoping to get some interesting results tonight. And I think I personally think it's one of the greater condensed schedules we've had in the playoffs so far. But definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to making some money with them tonight.
That was indeed. Let's get the show started. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Prim, where he's doing fine work. You find him there at top of the leaderboard. So let's bring Alex in right now. Alex, what's happening?
Not a whole bunch tonight. We've got some NBA action with the playoffs, but, looking at some Major League Baseball, and we're going to give out a Major League Baseball selection right now on the Yankees in Detroit. And what we have is we have some value here with Detroit. Now, I mean, on the outside looking in, we're always with the brand name of the New York Yankees, but, Detroit has shown some flashes of life over the last, we'll say, half season from last year on, and this is not that bad of a team. I mean, maybe some bad breaks have sort of put them on on a lot of people's we'll put it shit list, but this is still a pretty good team, and I know you got to take that with a grain of salt considering their record. But the Yankees year in and year out lately have proven to be very slow starters and very inconsistent. It seems like despite of all the talent, there doesn't seem to be a lot of energy in the locker room that sort of relays momentum back out onto the field at some point. I don't know what that is, just a bunch of rich guys, playing baseball in, I was going to say the Bronx Zoo, but I guess it's the new Bronx Zoo. And that's what we have here. And, we've got a pitcher on the mound tonight, Cole, who is off a loss. It's not actually a loss, but his team lost in his last start. And, over the last couple of seasons, when his team has lost, he's come right back. And team record is only 3-8 over that period after his team lost in his last start. And it's also interesting to note that the Yankees have failed to cover 9 of their last 15 as minus 175 or more road favorites. And also, from another perspective, the Yankees bullpen got rocked last time out. And, anytime they give up 5 or more runs, they seem like they just come back out flat again. Like there is no, there never seems to be this sense of urgency with the Yankees until somewhere mid-season and we're moving into like July or August. That's my perception anyway on the outside in. I'm just looking at the value here from a mathematical standpoint. I really like Alexander on the hill here. He's a viable pitcher. Also, his team lost his last start, but it's interesting to note here again that Alexander's 8-1 team record when his team lost his last start, or the team record, I should say, not him losing individually. He wasn't too bad. I think he gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, and 5 2/3 innings, so he did fairly well. Anyway, make a long story short, after all that, I really like the math here. A flyer here with Detroit. We know what the better team overall talent-wise is, but Detroit's pretty close in there and a lot more motivated.
All right, we got Alex here with the Tigers here, plus 185 against the Yankees. We saw the poor series here by the Yankees against the Orioles. Chris, it's again, the Yankee bats have not been sharp at all here to start the season here, especially against lefties where they're hitting just 197.
Yeah, I think inconsistent can probably be a better word for it. But I like the value here with the Tigers as well because, I hate to dwell on stuff from last season, but ever since the MLB really started cracking down on the sticky stuff and taking it away from pitchers like Garrett Cole, we've seen Cole, hasn't really been able to regain this form from when, that wasn't an issue in the past. And, I think it's still going to be an issue here. I think Cole's getting this price just based on name brand, and I'm not paying name brand. I'm paying for results. So I want to take the value with the Tigers here as well. Like Alex said, Alexander is a pretty solid mid-level pitcher, and I think he can keep the Tigers hanging around here.
All right, here we go. Coming here, Tigers plus 125 against the Yankees. This one will have a start time 6:40 Eastern time. You can watch it over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. We're showing great results here over the past 7 days. Big card here from Major League Baseball. I think there's like 15 games with these doubleheaders in here. One rain out as well. 3 from NBA. Lots from hockey. What do you have going on over at the site?
Key packages tonight come in Major League Baseball, and they also have a 3-pack, triple play. And also the NBA, we've got 3 games on board, but I've got a side and total from the Atlanta-Miami game, and I have the total from the New Orleans game, which will go later this evening at Phoenix. So we've got 3 selections there on board, and let's go going, and if I can put it up, let's get going and make some money.
Make some money, exactly. Get on board here with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, you see the numbers here, 505 units of profit the past 7 days. That is all documented. So if you visit Alex's page over at Pick Dogs Premium, scroll down to Pick History, you'll see every play there that's recorded. An NBA Superstar 3-pack, 2 totals on the side right now available over at Pick Dogs from Alex Smart. You can get on board with that. Also, the long-term passes are a great value. We've talked about the 1-month all sports pass. You get all of every premium play here from Alex Smart for the next 30 days. That will include all the NBA playoffs. Of course, that will take you through the second round of the playoffs, of the NBA playoffs. Also NHL, and regular season. Get that first round, of course, those 8 series of the NHL playoffs. Baseball for 30 days, a great value there over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you in a couple days.
See you, gentlemen. Take care. Bye.
You got it. Alex Smart here on The Drive. Let's continue on here with Chris. Hey, reminder, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all get started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch. He's got those 7 picks in 5 minutes. 10:05, then Joe Madden joins Mitch with their sports betting discussion here with picks. Of course, you've got the betting tools information, public fades, line moves. Be sure to tune into that. Of course, we got several shows leading up to ours. We've got the Fucking Crazy Show with Joe Madden. The soccer show, it looks like it's Goran and the backup goalie. Chris, I don't know if you are. Have you been now elevated to number 1? We don't know. And of course, we also have the Fucking Crazy. And of course, Mitch's betting tools show with some picks leading up to us with the drive-through at 6 each time. We always ask for your help. Help us build up our audience with those likes, those thumbs up. Really greatly appreciate it. Chris.
Yeah, Tony, I've been bumped up temporarily to number 1. We'll see if that's sustainable long-term. Results have never been sustainable for me, but that's okay. But like Tony said, we do appreciate all the love and support, because without you guys' love and support, the thumbs up, the subscriptions, the likes, Pick Dogs, the YouTube channel wouldn't have gotten to where it is today. We're only going to get bigger and better with your guys' love and support, so keep it coming in. And to show you guys how much we appreciate it, we'll do another like goal today. Smashed our like goal yesterday, so we'll do 150 likes. Get you 2 NBA player props for tonight's playoff action, as well as an MLB home run prop for one of our later games as well. So 150 likes can get you some money tonight. Doesn't cost you a cent, so get those likes in.
Keep those likes coming in, those thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Let's continue on here on The Drive-Thru. Let's go to Las Vegas, Nevada. It's time for Tony Brown wearing his Dodger blue. Tony Brown, what's happening?
It's time for Dodger baseball. I've been waiting a while to say that.
That's right. We certainly have. It's been a while, but now here we go. Tonight here at 10 Eastern time, we got the LA Dodgers here. Been red hot. As we know, they're 8-2, and if you've been keeping score, those 8 wins, they've covered the line each one of them. Dodgers are laying a $1.50 total 8.
Yeah, we're picking up where we left off last season, pretty much. 8-2 out of the first 10 games. We're on a 7-game win streak, and we've been on absolute fire. But all good things must come to an end. I'm not saying we're going to lose, but just the natural, regression in things. Nobody's going to win them all. Nobody's going to lose them all. And if we are going to have a tough game, it will be tonight. We got the defending world champion Braves. They're hungry. They also haven't got off to a good start. So they look to get a good showing against a road win against a hot Dodger team. So they're going to give us everything they have tonight. And they have their ace on the mound. They're going with Max Fried. You know what I mean? He's the ace of the staff. And if anybody's going to keep those Dodger bats quiet, it's him. And vice versa with us, Walker Buehler. It's not Kershaw anymore, but Walker Buehler is our ace, and he's been lights out at home. He went 11-2 last season with a sub-2 ERA. I mean, this is just going to be a pitcher's duel, I believe. It's a night game at Dodger Stadium. I think we're going to have a good pitcher's duel, and I think maybe 3-2, 4-2 wins this, 9 runs. That's going to be a chore. I don't think these guys gonna get 9 innings, but I think they both go at least 5, maybe 7, and we're not gonna have to get into the bullpen too early. And if you like defense, tonight's tonight. We're gonna have some good ground ball pitchers. See a lot of double plays being turned, not a lot of sloppy baseballs. Both of these teams play good defense, and just 9 runs to beat us tonight will be a chore. I'd buy that hook, you know me, because 8 is a tie. 5-3 game, we tie. I'd buy that hook right there. So if it ends 5-3, 6-2, we still got that half a run. 9 would have beat us anyway. It won't cost you much to buy the hook and make it 8.5 and take it under.
All right, Tony Brown says, I know Tony Brown is not a minus one guy, not a -2 guy. Doesn't play those lines there, but he's definitely here under 8 here from Tony Brown. All right, Chris, looking at this, we mentioned here about the Dodgers' success with their wins, and of course, the only blemish you see there is LA hitting against the left-handed pitching.
Yeah, and I mean the blemish that I see from the Braves side is the first couple starts from Max Fried. He hasn't been overly consistent, but you also have to start somewhere, and I think that this could be a good launching point. But the Braves, they didn't really get hot until August last year when they started to really go on that run. So it's going to be interesting to see if maybe that's sort of a similar case to what we have this season. But I'm with Tony here. I think you buy the hook up to 8.5, and like Tony said, made a great point. It's going to take 9 runs to beat you anyways. Pay a little bit of juice instead of sacrificing a push. Get yourself at the pay window. So, yeah, I like the under 8, 8.5, whatever you can get it at.
Yeah, shot for the best number here. Dodgers, Atlanta Braves under 8. This one will have a start time of 10 Eastern Time, MLB Network. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Prim here for tonight. As we said, great numbers here in the NHL. Nearly 2,100 units of profit in the NHL. Tony Brown's on fire here. It's a huge card tonight from the NHL. 3 from the NBA, some good NBA playoff action. 15 still from Major League Baseball. We got a couple here at bottom of the hour going to tip with first pitch. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I got one NBA game tonight. The NBA was tough tonight. These lines are very, very sharp, and it was kind of tough. I did circle one game that I like. I put it up as a 10-star premium. And like you said, a huge card in the NHL. We got 3 10-star premium picks over there and 3 10-star premium picks in the MLB. So 7 picks total. You can get the 3-pack. You can get them individually and really bust your bookie up tonight.
That's right. Bust your bookie with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs. Maybe see the numbers here. 2,098 units of profit. That is all documented. So if you visit Tony Brown's profile page over at Pick Dogs Premium, scroll down to pick history. All the plays are recorded and documented for you to check out. So a good time to get on board here with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. Action tonight from baseball. A lot of single plays. He does have a triple play here from MLB. Action from the NHL, a triple threat 3-pack. Again, a lot of individual plays up here, but your best value here is going with the long-term pass. Tony Brown's the 3, 7, $30 sports pass to get you every play that Tony releases here for that period of time. Of course, if you add a second capper, even greater value there. Let's say you get the 30-day pass. It'll be all of his baseball for 30 days, all of his NBA playoffs. That'll get you through the second round of the NBA playoffs, as well as NHL. NHL playoffs begin early May. Of course, that'll get you to the first round there with the 1-month all sports pass, Tony Brown. But again, you handicap this year-round for several seasons here. And, of course, that VIP 1-year all sports pass is a great value there.
Yeah, it's the best way to go if you're serious about making money. Like you just named off everything. It took you longer to name them than it will for you to pay for this stuff. You got the NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs, football's coming up, baseball's going around. It'll get costly if you buy those picks individually. You get every single pick I release from all of those sports. You get the playoffs, the championship picks included. There's no bait and switch, none of that stuff. Every single pick I release for a full VIP 365 days of plays for one low price.
One low price. It's if it's in your budget, the $12.99.99. But again, if you've looked at over for a monthly basis, it's a little more than $110 a month. So it's very good value there for Tony Brown's 1-year VIP all sports pass. So get on board with that over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can add with any of his long-term passes, add a cent capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Tony, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you in a couple days.
All right, it was always a pleasure being here, and I'll see you guys in a couple days.
You got it. Tony Brown here on the drive through. Let's continue with our coverage with Chris. And now, Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
We made an early dent in our like goal. We're at 39 likes right now. We're at 95 people watching, so we're not at that point where if everybody that was watching just clicked the like button, we'd be at our goal, but we're making progress. So keep those likes coming in. We can get to 150 likes by the recap. Like I said, I've got 2 NBA props for tonight's action that you can make some money with, as well as a home run prop for one of our later games. So get those likes in. We're at 48 right now, need 150.
Let's keep those likes coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time to welcome in Al Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Al, what's happening?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Back to the NBA playoffs. 7:30 Eastern time features the Heat hosting the Hawks. The Heat 7.5 now. Total sits here at 219.5.
Yeah, the Heat definitely took advantage of their home court in Game 1 and had a big win there. Made it look pretty easy. But don't think the Hawks are as bad as they looked in Game 1. Yes, they are without their center, Clint Capella, but I still think that Trae Young is talented enough to carry this team. And he has some good players around him that can shoot. And of course, the defense is a concern. But when you're getting 7 points, I think this offense can keep them hanging this time around, keep this one more competitive than Game 1.
All right, El Ninos here looks to go with here. The Hawks taking the 7.5 points in this one. All right, Chris, yesterday we saw a lot of question marks here on the Heat roster, but it looks like they've got a clean injury report. Bogdanovich in green here in injury. Looks like he's going to play, but no Capella, no Williams here. And again, with this Hawks team, Chris, we've talked about this in Game 1 here. It's the fact that the Hawks are just a terrible road team when it comes to playing defense.
Yeah, I think that injury report is maybe a bit of a chess match trying to be played here and just try to, keep teams on their toes and be strategic about it. But yeah, I was leaning towards the under here, mainly because the total of 219.5. The total would have been 4-1 to the under this season had one of those games not gone to overtime, I think it was. So I expect this playoff type atmosphere to come into effect once again. I think it's first to 110 wins if we even get to that point. So I like the under personally here.
All right, look at Chris. Look at under El Ninos Hawks plus 7.5 against the Heat. This one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern time. TNT. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. We're putting up great numbers here in the NHL. 2,376 units of profit in the NHL. That is all documented. Also showing profit this year in the NBA. As you know, we have a 3 games from the NBA. Huge card here, 10-game card NHL. About still 15 first pitches here from baseball tonight. What do you have going on over at the site?
Just one play in the NBA, one play in the MLB, but I do have 3 plays in the NHL, so I have a 3-pack with my best bet in each sport, or a 3-pack. That's all hockey if that's all you're looking for. But again, your best way to get all the bets is just to grab one of the long-term passes or get the 2-for-1 capper specials. That's
right, guys. Get on board here with Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs. We're going to look at these numbers in NHL. 2,376 units of profit, all documented over there. He's got his alphabets back again. Takes his best bet from the NBA, NHL, and MLB, puts it together in a 3-pack, affordable pricing for $40. Or then you can pick and choose the picks you want. A lot of individual plays here from MLB, NHL, NBA as well. Again, those long-term passes, your best value there instead of buying all these plays individually. Al Ninos has, of course, the 3, 7, and 30 sports pass. But if you want to go long-term, Al Ninos is as NBA playoff pass, just as NBA premium plays, $200. NHL season pass, postseason as well as regular season that's left, $500. So he does have MLB season pass. So you have a lot of choices out there for this. Get on board with Al Ninos if you want to get on board with one of the season passes that are available there, or the long-term passes, as we said, the 3, 7, 30 sports pass available from Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs. With those, if you had a second capper with a 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you tomorrow. Now, you also contribute to the Puck and Crazy show.
That's right. Should be on there tomorrow as well. So tune into that 3 p.m. Eastern. Then make sure you catch the drive-thru at 6.
You got it. El Ninos here on the drive-thru. All right, have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow. El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on with coverage here with Chris. Now, Chris, where do we sit here with our like goal?
Tony, we're at 61 likes right now. 103 people watching. So, guys, still not at that point where everyone was watching. If everyone that was watching clicked the like button, we'd be at our goal. But again, we're still getting closer to our goal with each segment that goes by. But don't wait. Get those likes in. We can get to 150. Get 2 NBA player props for tonight's playoff action, as well as an MLB home run prop. But we need about 87 more likes to get to our goal.
Keep those likes coming in. Let's continue on here with Drive-Thru. Now it's time for Chris, front and center in MLB. We got the Rockies here hosting the Phillies. The Phillies road favorites again in this series in Game 2, -135, total 11.5.
Yeah, Tony, I've said that one of my favorite sort of narratives when betting totals in Major League Baseball is to kind of look. One of my first looks is always going to be taking the under against with the Philadelphia Phillies and Colorado Rockies, especially the Rockies at Coors Field, because these totals are usually inflated, and this is no different, sitting around 11.5, depending on your book. But I think this is one of those spots where this actually goes over the total tonight. Now, 11.5 is a massive number, but the Philadelphia Phillies have done a great job hitting against left-handed pitching this season, hitting 279 so far this season. That's pretty good for a team that still lost 6 of their last 7 games. But that one win was against the Miami Marlins that they were starting Trevor Rogers, a left-handed pitcher, and the Phillies clubbed out 10 runs in that game. Now, the Rockies start Kyle Freeland tonight, who is a Colorado kid. He used to pitching in the altitude, but it hasn't turned out for Freeland this year. He's given up 4 runs in each of his first 2 starts this year. Now, the Phillies, they turn the ball over to Kyle Gibson, who simply just hasn't looked comfortable since being traded to the Philadelphia Phillies. He finished the second half of the season last year with a 5.09 ERA. And in the altitude, with the way that the Colorado Rockies have been swinging a hot bat early on this season, I think they can get to Gibson as well. I think this is one of those games that we see finish with around 13, 14 runs. So I'm looking at the over in this one.
All right, Chris, looking here at the over, Rockies and Phillies, over total 11.5. Yeah, when you look at this Phillies team, the bullpen has not been sharp. But, again, we've seen the Rockies bullpen perform good early. I say early because I've seen this before with the Rockies bullpen where it gets early, but then again, when their pitchers get it home, they get the long home stands and their starters go 3 or 4 innings. Then they start to get taxed up and we start to see the bullpen kind of erode. But so far this early on, their bullpen's kind of holding up here for the Rocks.
Yeah, and I mean it's easy to say, I will say it's easy to say that with a 10-game sample size. Let's circle back to this conversation maybe around the halfway point of the season when the Rockies are in the midst of a homestand, Tony, like you were saying. But Kyle Freeland, like I said, for the Rockies in his 2 starts this year, really hasn't done the bullpen any favors. He's put them to work early because he hasn't been in a bit of trouble. You see a 4-run, 4 runs in a start allowed. Maybe for some pitchers that's not all that bad, but when you're only going 3.2 innings, 4.1, it really doesn't do anybody any favors. And then when you're chasing a big total like this, if both starters give up 4 runs in, let's say, just under 5 innings of work, all of a sudden that puts us at 8 runs, if not more. And we're only sitting in the 5th inning. We only got some work to do from the bullpens. So I still like I said, I like this total 11.5. It's not a ton of overs that I'll like at Coors Field just because, like I said, I like going against that narrative. And last year, the Rockies were the most profitable under home team in the MLB last year. But you got to pick your spots. Not every team is going to go 0-81 to the under every year. So I gotta go with the over 11.5 here.
All right, Chris here, Rockies, Phillies, over a total of 11.5. This one to have a start time, 8:40 Eastern time. Watch it over on MLB Extra News channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. We've got a big card here from Major League Baseball, still 15. First pitches here. We got some starting here in the next 10 minutes. Some 3 NBA, a lot of hockey, 10 on the board. What do you have going on over at the site?
I've got a couple of 3-packs on the board tonight, Tony. I got my my Tuesday triple play for Major League Baseball. 3 plays that I think we can really do some damage with tonight, as well as my Hoops and Hockey 3-pack. You got 2 NBA playoff picks, as well as a top selection from the NHL. Both of those packages for $39.95. Guys, for an extra $20, get yourself an extra 2 days worth of plays. You get tons of Major League Baseball thrown in there. NBA playoffs. We're closing in on the NHL playoffs. The week will now get you basically pretty much the rest of the NHL regular season, as well as more NBA playoff action. The month will get you into the NHL playoffs. Like I said, tons of Major League Baseball. NBA as well. The year gets you full season of all the major sports, just over $100 a month. And that's just if you go with me. You can pair me up with someone else, part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. Pair me up with Tony T, do the host duo. You could do Al Ninos, you could do Tony Brown, Alex Smart, James Clark. Any of us, we're going to make you some money. You just got to go over to Pick Dogs and check it out because, like I said, tons of options. They're all there waiting for you.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs. A premium tonight. Action up there on the board. Hoops and Hockey, 2+1 combo 3-pack up there. Also a triple play from MLB, 3 plays. And Chris talks about his long-term passes, his 3, 7, $30 sports pass. Get on board. All his premium plays from that period of time when you go to the profile page and you make that purchase. He does continue his posterizing NBA playoff pass, $250 for the remainder of the NBA playoffs. We got a little less than 2 months remaining here. As remember, the NBA Finals begins June 2nd. You can scoop up all of Chris's premium picks from the NBA postseason for $249. Pretty good pricing there. In fact, it's about $125 a month. So good time to get on board. Now, if you get that 3, 7, and $30 sports pass, you can match them up with another capper and take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotion. All right, let's continue on here with the show, joined by Chris. And where do we set Chris on the like goal?
I'm telling you, we're at 83 likes right now, 132 people watching. So pretty close to that point where we can say if everybody that was watching just hit that like button, we'd be at our goal. It doesn't cost you a cent, but it'll put money in your pockets tonight with 2 NBA player props from the playoff action, as well as an MLB home run prop. We're at 84 likes right now. We need 150. So if my math is right, we need about 66 more likes.
All right, keep the thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive-through. Let's go and bring in James Clark. James, what's happening?
Not much, guys. How y'all know?
It's going great. It's going great. All right, a game we'll be looking at here, the player involved here, because James does have a player prop. Will be featuring the Dodgers and the Braves. We know the Dodgers are the favorite here, totals 8, but you'll be looking here at a player prop.
Yeah, I'm looking at a home run prop here, guys. Going a little different way I usually do. Usually go with the guys, hit a couple home runs already. Pretty good against the other team. This guy I'm going with Adam Duvall. He's got a good slugging percentage so far this season, a little over 600. But he hasn't hit he ain't hit a home run yet so far this season. And I look for him to step up big tonight against the Dodgers and hit a home run here. Freeman got his first home run last night against the Braves. So, I can see Duvall getting his first home run tonight, against the Dodgers, just a little camaraderie between both of them. That's plus 420. I know, you got 2 good pitchers on the mound, but, one bad swing, and it's over the fence. Duvall, he was smoking hot last year. It seems like every other game he was hitting a home run. He hasn't got, like I say, he hasn't got his first one this year, but I look for him to get his first one tonight at plus 420. Great odds, guys, and I really like Duvall to hit us a home run tonight, guys.
All right, James Clark says go with Duvall here. And Duvall to hit a home run plus 420, Chris.
It's going to be tough because, like Tony Brown said earlier, Walker Buehler had been pretty much lights out at home. But it is possible, like James said, we saw Freddie Freeman do it last night. And Walker Buehler not completely impervious. He is vulnerable to giving up the occasional meatball over the plate. And if one of the Braves, preferably Adam Duvall here, catches it the right way, well, we could be looking at plus 420 on the payoff.
The Braves did show they did get off the mat when they fell behind 6-0. They made the Dodgers sweat a little bit in the middle innings there, near the late innings. The middle innings, they made a little bit of a comeback. Fell short, though. But James Clark here and Adam Duvall to hit a home run. The return plus 420. All right, James, let's take a go over at Pick Dogs Premium here. And this game here will begin at 10 Eastern time. All right, James, Pick Dogs Premium, we are putting up some great numbers in the NBA again. He's been doing fantastic work in the NBA the past 3 seasons here over at Pick Dogs. 1,418 units of profit. That is all documented. Searching for that number 1 crown this year. Of course, you can get on board here with James Clark tonight. James, 3 NBA playoff games, 15 baseball games, some starting here in just a few minutes, as well as hockey. What do you have going on over at the site?
Well, guys, I've just focusing on the playoffs. The last few days, the last 2 days, I'm 6-1 in the playoffs, and I got 3 NBA plays tonight. All 3 playoff games that I really like. I've been looking into. Like I said, been real hot in the playoffs the last 2 days. I went 4-0 Sunday. Yesterday 2-1. Look to continue. Go 3-0 tonight, guys. After we go 3-0, upgrade 3-7 or 30-day guys. Or like I say, all the time, every time I'm on the show, guys, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of those guys on the show or that's not on the show, and we'll put some money in your pockets, fellas.
Put some money in your pocket here with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers in the NBA. That is all documented, so you can verify that on James's profile page. Go down to Pick History. Showing great numbers here in the NBA, showing profit the last 30 days, showing profit the past 7 days, coming off a winning day yesterday. Tonight, he's got money stacked, three-pack from the NBA playoffs right now. Affordable price of just $45. Of course, you get on board with that, or if you prefer the long-term passes, we've talked about the $3, $7, $30 sports pass, but the way James is running the NBA, you might want to think about getting his NBA money-making playoff pass. That's available up there as well on the site. Of course, you can get on board with James with long-term passes, your best value there over at Pick Dogs Premium. If you get the 3, 7, 30 sports pass, or if you just go in and get the 1-year pass, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, James, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll talk to you a little bit later here on the recap.
Appreciate you having me on the show, Tony. Let's cash some tickets tonight, guys, and I'll see y'all in a few minutes.
We will certainly do. James Clark here on the drive. Let's continue on here with the show, joined by Chris. Now, where do we sit, Chris, with our like goal?
Well, Tony, we're at 98 likes right now, 141 people watching, so we only need about 50, 52 of you more. That, if you haven't hit that like button, it doesn't cost you a cent. Once we get to 150, we'll get you 2 NBA player props for tonight's action, as well as an MLB home run prop. We need about 50, 48 more likes. We just had to jump to 102. So we can get 48 more, we'll get to our goal.
All right, let's keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. We greatly appreciate that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Yours truly, front and center with my pick here. Suns here to host the Pelicans. Suns laying at 10, total 221.5. And I'm going to come in here with the Pels. I'm going to take the Pelicans here at plus the 10 points. And, this is the adjustment game number 2 in this series. Of course, New Orleans just fell short of covering in their first meeting here. Suns took the 1-0 lead. An 11-point win as a 10.5-point favorite. The Suns shot great from the field, 54%. It was an off shooting night here for the Pelicans, just 38%, 9 of 23 from 3. Still, they just fell a half-point short against the spread. So we got Suns shooting lights out. The Pelicans a well below average shooting night, and the Pelicans fall a half-point short. So what am I getting to? If we get an average night here for the Pelicans, not looking for them to win, just looking for them to cover. I think we had a shot of covering the game here. What was promising here is the fact the Pelicans' ability to pound the Suns on the glass, holding a plus 20 rebounding edge. Pelicans have been upgraded with McCollum and Ingram. The narrative after one game, people like to end series after one game. That can be the case at some point. I just think the Pelicans have a little bit more competitiveness in them. And again, we've seen McCollum's been a big-time player in the postseason before. Ingram, they're not really afraid of going into Phoenix and showing well here. Again, if they improve their shooting, they get to this number. I'm going to take the 10 here with the Pelicans.
Yeah, Tony, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's all about the Pelicans stepping up offensively. You see Brandon Ingram have a better game, I think, than he did in Game 1. CJ McCollum did his best, but at the end of the day, you got to have your best players show up for you in the playoffs. And if Ingram can show up tonight, there is a good chance the Pelicans cover this number.
It's almost like the same narrative with that Mavericks and Jazz game. The Mavs got close in Game 1, and they had an awful game. And we saw what happened when they got, when they played better at home. They were able to not only cover, but they put themselves in position to win, and they end up winning the game. So, again, I don't believe them that the Pelicans win here. Just get the cover here. I think 10 is a little more in an adjustment game here for the losing team in Game 1. Give me the Pelicans here at plus 10. Hey, guys, I have a 3-pack right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. My 2 best bets from the NBA playoffs, as well as my best bet from Major League Baseball. So get on board with that. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion, so you can match me up with a second capper with Chris, with James, with El Ninos, with all the cappers that you heard here. Alex Smart as well, Shane Mickle, Tony Brown. Our 2-for-1 cap promotion is your best value now over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board with it right now. Let's continue on here with the show with Chris. Now, Chris, where do we sit here with our like goal?
Tony, we're at 113, so we still need 37 more likes to hit our goal. But, like I said, you guys can hit our like goal. Doesn't cost you a cent. Hit that thumbs up, and we'll get you 2 NBA player props as well as an MLB home run prop. But we need about 37 more likes to get there.
Let's keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. Let's continue on here with the show. Now it's time for the recap. James Clark will join us. We got started here with Alex Smart. Still time to get down here. He said the Tigers plus 185 against the Yankees. Tony Brown, Dodgers, Braves under 8. El Ninos was on the Hawks plus 7.5 against the Heat. We got Chris here on the Rockies. Phillies going over 11.5. James Clark had Adam Duvall to hit a home run at plus 420. Yours truly, Pelicans plus 10 against the Suns. Chris, other than your pick, Chris, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, I got to go with Alex Smart. I think with that Tigers plus 185 against the Yankees. Like Garrett Cole hasn't been the same since they started policing the sticky stuff, and I think the Tigers could take advantage. All
right, they like the Tigers there plus 185. All right, let's go over to James. James, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I'm going to piggyback the same pick here with the Tigers. This Yankee team, even hitting, they ain't been the same team as it was last year. And I just look for, it seems like when the Yankees are big favorites, they lose. And here they are again, big favorite, like for the Tigers to pull out the win here.
Yeah, I can't argue that one. Yeah, with the Tigers at plus 185 against the Yankees. We're all three on it as well as Alex Smart, so it's just a lot of weight on this Tigers' shoulder for them to come into this one. You just add Chris, myself, and James to it. Woo! That's a big load to carry there for the Tigers. Nobody like them here. Tigers plus 185 here against the Yankees. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now, Chris, where do we sit here with our like goal?
I'm thinking about 27 likes short of our goal. There are still 144 people watching, so 2060 down to our goal of 150.
All right, let's get to that like goal, guys. We might stretch it out a little bit. We're kind of running early tonight, so we'll look. Chris, I'll look at the NHL board. I don't think we didn't get an NHL play tonight, so I know you wear many hats. So well, let's see if we can find a game here for tonight. Let's go late night, so they have time so the replay folks can get in on it. ESPN will have the Kings and the Anaheim Ducks. It's been a mess for the Ducks this season. I'm almost a must-win here for the Kings at about $1.60, total of 6.
Yeah, the Kings do get the win there. It's not going to be a pretty game, like a lot of Kings and Ducks games aren't pretty, but the Kings are at risk. They're sitting third in the Pacific Division right now, and the thing is that the Pacific Division, if you're basically right now, if you fall out of that third spot, you go from in the playoffs to out of the playoffs entirely, not even into the wild card discussion, because both Nashville and Dallas have 91 points and LA sitting on 90 right now. So the Ducks, they've just been a dumpster fire. I think the Ducks are going to get roasted tonight, maybe medium rare, but I think the Kings are going to eat well tonight. And I think the Kings find a way to get the job done.
Duck soup, save the bones. So save the bones. All right, Chris. Other game that really caught my attention here was this St. Louis Blues team, which has been on fire, scoring goals like crazy. Boston, a good team, but haven't been scoring of late.
I had a feeling. I think the funny thing was, I looked at that game and I had a feeling that you were going to bring that one up. But I personally, I get it. Streaks can't last forever. I understand. But I can't step in front of the St. Louis Blues, not at minus 130. The Boston Bruins are getting a tremendous amount of respect in that game at plus 110 because, they're the Boston Bruins. They're still a solid team. They've done the majority of their best work on the road, 23-11-3 on the year. But, Tony, like you said, they've split their last 10 games. The St. Louis Blues averaging 5.4 goals per game over their last 10. Not sure it's sustainable long term, but at minus 130 with how dominant the Blues have been on home ice this year, I can't pass it up.
All right, that was Chris Ruffolo. Where do we sit now with our like goal, Chris?
So stalling people with hockey apparently might not have worked. We're still 13 likes short of our goal, so we still need 13 of you. If you can hit that like button, I'm leaving the decision up to Tony.
Yeah, I know what'll get us over the top. It's the NFL. All right, let me pitch one over to James Clark. All right, James, over under on amount of quarterbacks taken in the first round. Right now, the under is favored 3.5, but you can get some good money with plus money if you think over 3.5 quarterbacks taken in the first round in the NFL draft coming up on the 28th.
I go over. I know it's plus money, but if you look at a lot of these teams are looking to see what to do. There's still some quarterbacks out there in free agent, but looking at the to see some of these top names come off before they see what they do with their quarterback and backup that they're looking at, or just somebody. I like the over. I think a lot of quarterbacks come off drafted this season from college. It's a quarterback league, and I think we go over in the draft.
Yeah, you can get on the over in the draft here on the draft prop. The over sits here at plus 160. The under is favored at minus 210. Of course, we're looking at quarterbacks here. First round contenders include Malik Willis of Liberty, Kenny Pickett of Pittsburgh, Matt Corral of Ole Miss. Others include Sam Howell of North Carolina, Desmond Ridder here of Cincinnati. You could see four of those four going there in the first round. James says he does.
I do. What do you think, Chris?
You know what? I'm looking at it right now. I'm thinking Kenny Willis. Thinking obviously Malik Willis. Malik Willis, some people thinking he could even go first overall. Or I'm not even going to try that, but maybe second overall, maybe Malik Willis. But Malik Willis is going to go. Kenny Pickett's going to go. Matt Corral's going to go. I'm just having trouble with the fourth. And I mean, I just think that I don't think Sam Howell's a first-round quarterback. I don't think as much as I like Desmond Ridder, I don't think he's a first-round quarterback either. So I think I'm leaning towards the under there. I think we see 3. I think we see a lot of defensive players go.
Yeah, I think I think what's really tough here on the over is the fact that your first 5 to pick are the Jaguars, Lions, Texans, Jets, and Giants. The quarterback situation in Jaguars, we know where it's at. The Jets and Giants, are they going to stick with their guy? Texans, they had that promising player from Stanford. I think you got to give him a look here. Of course, the Lions, but they have a pick later in the draft, so maybe they go later with that pick. James, looking at the Lions situation with Goff at quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. The Lions, they could go quarterback. They could go somewhere else and try to trust Goff. The Lions, they didn't win many games, but, it seems like they was in every game. So maybe give Goff another chance here instead of going with a young quarterback, or draft a young quarterback and set him behind Goff and let Goff, teach him a few things to try to take the reins here in the Lions. I just look, like I said, they're always teams wanting that quarterback, to set behind or to draft in, to come in, to step up, to be the next big thing, And like I said, it's a quarterback lead. They're protecting the quarterbacks from top to bottom, and I just think I think this goes over.
Team probably facing coaching pressure. Panthers and Seahawks, they could be in the mood here. Panthers drafting 7th, Seahawks 9th. The Saints at 19th could be in the market as well. We know the Pittsburgh Steelers now drafting 20th with Big Ben retiring. That could be something to look at. Of course, Detroit does have the last pick in the first round. That might be the deal maker there, Chris, with Detroit drafting 32nd and a first round pick there.
You know what? I was thinking the three quarterbacks I just mentioned, Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral, and Malik Willis. You just mentioned the 3 teams that I think that they're all going to go to. I have Corral going to the Saints because I think the Saints are looking for their next Drew Brees replacement, and Matt Corral fits that system from his time at Ole Miss. I got Kenny Pickett going to the Lions because I think that Jared Goff, there's no such thing as a safe thing with Jared Goff. And I like Malik Willis to go to, oh gosh, I just had it and I just lost it.
Steelers?
He's no, I remember it was 9th
Seahawks,
overall.
Panthers,
To the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
To the
Okay.
Seahawks. I think they're trying to find their Russell Wilson replacement. He fit in that style perfectly, and I think that Malik Willis kind of slides right in.
That's a good point because, the fact that they signed Geno Smith. Now, Geno Smith, for what, he was, again, you got to look at him differently now because he was not very good coming out of West Virginia. He was in the Jets, or he was in the Jets organization coming out of college. What does that tell you, right? You get a real coach and a real organization. Was serviceable. I mean, he's not bad, but I think he can kind of hold the reins a little bit until you develop a quarterback there, James. Well, Geno, he's in Midtown.
Yeah.
I don't know if we lost it.
Big mistakes. Gino, he always make crazy mistakes when he played for us. He used to kill us. We used to scratch our head on Gino. He used to go up and down. One quarter, he'd be great, Gino. Next quarter, you don't even know where he's throwing the ball. So I know we're talking about coaching, but same way. He's a gunslinger like Brett Favre was the way. Well, I used to. Not as good as Brett Favre, but just a gunslinger to throw the ball up to anybody, any receiver. But you never know about this team.
Yeah, you never know about him. There's a lot of question marks here, of course, in this draft. All right, Chris, now where do we sit here with our light goal?
Well, Tony, the stalling work, the Princeton offense, in full effect. 160 likes.
Yes.
We ran the clock. We got the ball at the kickoff at like 7 minutes to go, and we ran it down to the final whistle.
I knew the NFL would get us. When you said hockey, I said, "What's wrong with you?" I should have started with NFL. I mean, that was a no-brainer there. All right, Chris, let's get the fix.
All right. Well, the first play we're going to look at the home run prop for tonight's action. And I like Nick Castellanos to hit a home run. We talked about that Philadelphia-Colorado matchup. And the thing with Kyle Freeland is that, he's not giving up the high contact numbers that maybe I'd like to see with a home run prop. But Nick Castellanos has tons of power, especially at Coors Field. And like I said, Freeland has struggled early on this season. Last year, allowed right-handed hitters to hit 1.66 home runs per 9 innings, 36.9% fly ball rate, 34.6 hard contact rate. Like I said, Castellanos in Colorado should be able to do some damage. It's a great price as well, hanging around plus 290 depending on your book. So Nick Castellanos to hit a home run is my home run prop. And the other two NBA props I like Anthony Edwards to score 30 or more points tonight. He just had 36 in game one, and I know that game two is where the adjustment happens. But he had at least 30 points in 3 of his last 5 games, including he put up a 49 spot against the Spurs back on April 7th. We're seeing Anthony Edwards grow before our very eyes. He's becoming the next big star in the league, and I think he puts up 30-plus points tonight. You can get that anywhere between, plus 250 and plus 240 and plus 260. I'm seeing in different books. The other one I like Devin Booker over in the points, rebounds, and assists. Right now I'm seeing it around 36.5, 37.5. Booker's put up 30.6 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.2 assists in his last 5 games. And, I mean, I think Booker just has a big night tonight. Whether the Suns win or lose this game, I think a lot of the offense for Phoenix is going to go through Devin Booker. Castellanos to hit a home run, and for the NBA, Anthony Edwards to score 30 or more, and Devin Booker to have over 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
We thank Chris for the plays there. Of course, we thank the audience for your thumbs up and your likes. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks, Chris, to James for helping move around the conversation in the NFL to get us to that like goal. That'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. We'll be back again tomorrow at 6 Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have 8 cappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Remember, it all gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Shortly followed there at 10:05 with Mitch's sports betting pick show, joined by Joe Madden if she's up to it. Hope she gets better. Of course, I'll have discussions here about the picks, of course, betting tools, line moves, public fades, and industry discussion. So tune in. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our crew here from tonight's show. Good night to everyone. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow live.